When tragedy strikes, we've come to expect certain organizations to leap into action and address the immediate needs of the community. These brave men and women are known as our first responders, and they attend to the essential restoration of safety, shelter, food, and water. The mission of Second Response is to prevent and reduce children's post-traumatic stress-related symptoms and get them back into safe relationships with their friends and the environment, and to build capacity on the ground so that future events can be met with similar, effective responses by trained local caregivers.
The goal of Second Response is to get to the children who have experienced a traumatic event so that the fear and the anger is not pushed down into their tissues. It doesn't get stuck there, but through exercises and through activity, they're allowed to express those emotions. And so these children are prevented from ever developing the disorder of post-traumatic stress.
Teachers and parents notoriously underestimate the suffering of their children. And it's because we don't want to think that they're suffering. Kids aren't going to respond to cognitive therapy. You know, they need body-based work.
We're very lucky to have Mr. William Spear from Second Response. He offered a training in January for second responders for dealing with children. It was the best class we ever took. They had us crawling on the floor, they had us laughing, they had us jumping, yelling. Class of about 65 adults acting like kids. I got to tell you, when John and I left after that class, it seemed like the weight of the world was off our shoulders. It was great.
It's happening. It's happening. You being here, the CERT folks that are with us now, and you know, every CERT class we gather more people to help us do the things we do.
To the children, what we bring is fun and games. But behind the scenes, we're always working, training new caregivers to meet this demand.
I've been trying to kind of articulate this second responders idea, the idea of bringing people in to work with communities and families to build capacity on the ground and resilience among caregivers to understand how to safely restore this natural ability of freedom, of creativity, of joy in children without having to sit down and have conversations from a highly trained mental health care worker.
I think the important thing is not to forget, you know, what you did or what you experienced, but at the same time, find a way to release it.
You need a bunch of tools in your tool bag if you're working with children.
As educators, we know that you can rebuild the infrastructure in schools, but unless the inner landscape of the child is attended to, any recovery effort will fail.